Death is by all ramifications the most painful of all losses for one great reason, namely its finality. And for this reason, when loved ones die, it is usually almost impossible to forget them. This explains why close family and friends gathered together recently for the remembrance of Oba Adeniyi Fashade. The occasion began on a solemn note. The hall was packed full with a great crowd of gorgeously attired people, and there was food and drink aplenty. Olori Elizabeth Fashade, widow of the deceased, was the first to talk to Citymoods.
Ọkọ mi ni bàbá tá à ń ṣe ìnáwó lé ẹ̀ lẹ́nu.
Kí ni nǹkan tẹ́ lè sọ nípa ọkọ yín?
Ó pọ̀ o. Nǹkan tí mo lè sọ pé ó pọ̀ gan-an. Bàbá dáadáa ni tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ èèyàn ẹ̀ rérò láti last week láti ń ṣe ìrántí ẹ̀. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run, ó leave a good legacy. Gbogbo èèyàn náà ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ dáadáa. So èèyàn dáadáa ni tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ ọmọ, ó nífẹ̀ẹ́ aráàlú, ó nífẹ̀ẹ́ ìlú ẹ̀. Gbogbo ìgbà tó ti jọba, ó jọba yẹn, ó dẹ̀ ń ṣe dáadáa. Àwọn èèyàn mọ̀ pé ó ń ṣe dáadáa sílùú. Kò fi gbá kọ̀bọ̀kọ̀ nú. Olóòótọ́ èèyàn ni. Olóòótọ́ èèyàn ni.
He's a phenomenal person. It's when you say something is phenomenal, I can't really put it in one word. It's unexplainable. It's above explanation of human intelligence. You know, he's a diverse human being of all angles. So it's just after God, it's just like my own next God. So I miss him around me in every area of my life. Apart from, like I said earlier, apart from God, is the next person I look up to. After God, and the next person I look up, so he's always around me every day. It's just there. Because I know what he can say, I know how he thinks, or I can imagine how he thinks. I know what he will say you should do when he's doing something, you know. So I miss everything.
In attestation to what both the widow and the son said of the deceased, these other close relatives also took turns to eulogize the late Oba.
That is confirming the fifth coronation. I'm happy to keep his family happy. And never mind down his young girl, a wife, having seen her over the crown when he was about to enter the church. He thought, I didn't know who won. I did not get the crown award to me. And I followed him. He was so proud of myself. Maybe he got to get a crown to. I was so happy. This is the time supposed to be seeing what we have started. But in the way of Almighty God, we thank God for all the success we have achieved. And we, the Fashade family, we are very proud of him. The legacy he has left behind, we continue to live on because they are quite remarkable and they are already engraved in the Bible. So I try to understand and I believe right now that it's resting very, very well.
At the live band stand, tradition was the first word that came to mind, beginning with the dresses, then onto their musical instruments, then their beats, and then their songs. Chief Adeniyi also told us more about the departed, with the traditional music and song going on at the background.
The Adeniyi of Igbajo. I'm a chief with the late Kabiyesi, the Owa of Igbajo, Adeniyi Fashade.
What can you tell us about the Oba?
Kabiyesi was a wonderful man in all ramifications. He was a wonderful man. He was somebody that once you approach him for any issue, he makes sure you leave him happy. You provide solution to any problem you have. As the king of Igbajo, he brought development that none of his predecessors have done. And in addition, we are only praying that whoever is coming as a Owa of Igbajo will raise up the ante and take Igbajo to the next level. Kabiyesi tried for Igbajo. The first community polytechnic in Nigeria was founded during the time of Kabiyesi in Igbajo. He was a wonderful man.
Well, he's a very dynamic man, and he has brought so much progress to Igbajo, his kingdom, and that will be greatly missed. He has brought so much progress that was going to be greatly missed.
Mubo Fashade, a daughter-in-law.
The most important that stands out is his humility and his ability to relate with anybody, of, not to mention the class or the age. Daddy used to relate with anybody, and that's what my friends, our friends, that's what they appreciate about him. Because you know some others, they are there, you can't even talk to them, and I would say present his as Daddy, as that's what we fondly called him. We called him Daddy, and that's what we call him, and that's what we're going to hold on to.
And so too did Mubo Fashade, a daughter-in-law.
And he was a man that had the fear of God. He loved God with passion. You can see that is why we had the service. You know, it's not common to see something like this. You know, for you to know the love that he had, and for you to know that he's the man that had fear of God. He had only one wife. So he stick to the word of God. He was a pastor. He was a father. He was a king. What again do you want me to say? We are going to miss him. We are already missing him.
Going by the shower of eulogies and the lyrics of the traditional song, all singing the praises of the deceased, it could rightly be said that the occasion was truly a celebration of life. An in-law also added her voice to the loud chorus of eulogies.
Àwọn náìsì, àwọn ọmọ wọn náà lè dá ìyàwó wọn sísá mi ní mọ́dà sáì. So ìyàwó wọn náà kó mi mọ́ra, ó kó àwọn ọmọ mi náà mọ́ra. Ó dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Iṣẹ́ tó fi lẹ̀ kò ní bàjẹ́. Iwájú tó ń dojú kò ní bàjẹ́. Ẹ̀yìn tó wà kò ní bàjẹ́.
And then came time for dance and menu. As the Fuji live band took over the bandstand and people crowded the dance floor, uniformed food handlers were all over the hall serving everyone. From Citymoods to the entire family of Oba Adeniyi Fashade, may God continue to grant you the fortitude to bear the great loss.